Justice Department is creating a new unit to fight domestic terrorism. National security officials say domestic terrorism threats have more than doubled in the past 2 years. Our military affairs correspondent Therese Garnier has more. Therese.
Yes, Jay. So recent reports show the number of domestic terrorism suspects arrested per year fell from 229 to 107 from 2016 to 2019. But then it jumped to 180 in 2020. And since then, the number of open investigations has grown rapidly. Now, as a result, Assistant Attorney General Matthew Olsen said that he decided to create a specialized domestic terrorism unit to make sure that these cases are properly handled and effectively coordinated when testifying before lawmakers Tuesday.
We face an elevated threat from domestic violent extremists. That is, individuals in the United States who seek to commit violent criminal acts in furtherance of domestic, social, or political goals. Domestic violent extremists are often motivated by a mix of ideologies and personal grievances. We've seen a growing threat from those who are motivated by racial animus, as well as those who ascribe to extremist, anti-government, and anti-authority ideologies. At the same time, we remain vigilant to the persistent and dynamic threat from international terrorist groups such as ISIS and Al-Qaeda.
Tuesday's hearing was held to review threats of domestic terrorism following the January 6th attack. But right now, the FBI is seeking to identify and arrest more than 200 suspects.
Let's talk about that, Trace, because at that hearing, there were questions about whether January 6th rioters should be considered acts of domestic terrorism. What did FBI officials say about those charges?
Well, even though the Biden administration, FBI, and the DOJ have called what occurred on January 6th domestic terrorism, Olsen and an FBI official said that they believe prosecutors have not pushed for sentencing enhancements for acts of domestic terrorism. And many argue that this is due to the fact that there is no standalone domestic terrorism charge. Jay?
Therese Garnier reporting live for us in Maryland. The United Kingdom's Prime